Today we are going to take up class Echinoidea, sea urchin, and see this heart urchin. So they are globular, as the name implies. They are globular in form, and they have got porcupine-like spines on their bodies, and that is why they. That is how the name of the class comes, class Echinoidea, from this hedgehog. The Echinoidea meaning hedgehog and porcupine. Uh, Porcupine, and they refer to, these are the they have got mobile spines on their, they have got long mobile spines on their bodies. They are globular in form, they are without arms, and they have got a ambulacral area on their which start no, ambulacral area is there, which starts from the oral aboral axis is there, mouth is on the oral side, anus is on the aboral side. So now what is there is that the radial arm, these ambulacral areas, they start from the oral side, and they reach quite a distance, and then a small aboral area is there. A small aboral area is there on the upper side. So these animals, they mainly feed on algae and on the substrate, and they cause a lot of bioerosion also. And the ambulacral area, as I have drawn here, the oral view of the echinus, the ambulacral area is there, and the interambulacral area is there. So they alternate in each other, and there are 10 radial sections. So as you can see here, there are 10 radial sections which are there, and ambulacral areas, there are 5 sections that bear the tube feet. These are the 5 sections, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So they bear the tube feet, and they these are the spines again. So now these sections, they bear the tube feet. So these are the tube feet actually. So these are the tube feet. So these bear the tube feet, and as I've told you that they start from the oral area, and since they are globular in form, they reach quite an area, and the aboral area is a small surface. So now these are the tube feet which are there. So now this ambulacral area, and there are 5 sections that bear tube feet, and we call it as the ambulacral area. There are 5 sections which 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. There are 5 sections which do not bear, they alternate with, they are devoid of tube feet, and we call it as interambulacral area. So now there are so this is about the, generally about the animals. We call them as they have got porcupine like spines. So these spines, they are movable, and the tube feet are there. Tube feet and the spines, they together help in the movement of the animal, which is slow, but then they move with the help of spines which are movable, and with the help of tube feet. So now let us take up something about the water vascular system of the animal. So water vascular system is of the animals is like that of sea stars only. Is that like that of sea stars only. So if we draw a diagram, so I'll rub this and draw another diagram. So if we draw another diagram, what is there is, so here what we have, this is the internal anatomy of sea urchins. So here what is there is, if we draw the internal anatomy of sea urchin, so what we see here is, that the mouth is there, and it is surrounded by it is surrounded by these teeth-like area of the Aristotle's lantern, and the mouth, it leads to your esophagus. Mouth leads to esophagus, and the esophagus, then this is the cecum. Esophagus leads to stomach. esophagus leads to this stomach is there, and the stomach, there is a coiling of the stomach, and this is the stomach, then leads to intestine. This leads to intestine, and leads to intestine. The intestine coils itself, and then it opens on the aboral side of the animal by anus. So now this is the alimentary canal. This is the mouth of the animal, which is on the oral side, and then these are the of their tooth of the tooth is there. So now this is the esophagus. This is the esophagus, and now this is the cecum. This is the stomach. This is the intestine, and this is the anus, which is there, which is on the aboral side. So now surrounding this surrounding the esophagus, the ring water canal is there. Surrounding surrounding the esophagus, the ring water canal is there. So now this is the ring water canal. So now from the ring water canal, this is the ring water canal, and then the Polian vesicles are there. There are Polian vesicles, 4 Polian vesicles which are there. So now there are Tideman's bodies also. The Tideman's bodies are also there. Now these are the Tideman's bodies which are also there. Right. So now these Tideman's bodies are also there, and what is there is that the radial nerve, the radial nerve now comes out. The radial nerves, it comes out, and it goes into each 5 ambulacral areas. So this radial nerve, it goes into 5 ambulacral. It goes into the radial nerve is there. I'm sorry. This is the. So let us first label it. This is the ring water canal. This is the ring water canal, right? So now these are the Polian vesicles which are there. These are the Polian vesicles which are there. So now these are the Tideman bodies which are there. So Tideman bodies are also there. Tideman's bodies, which are like lymphoid organs, as I already told you. So now these are the vesicles, Polian vesicles. So now then the radial canal, 5 radial canal. So there are 5 radial canals, which come out from the ring water canal, and these 5 radial canals, they penetrate the ambulacral area, and into the ambulacral area, and into the ambulacral area like this, and into the ambulacral area, they pass into the like this is the till they end at the terminal tentacle. They end at the terminal tentacle here. So now this is the ring water canal. This is the radial canal now. This is the radial canal now. So now the radial, this is the radial canal, and now right. So now one thing which is there is that there is ring there is nerve ring which is there. So around the esophagus, below this, the ring water canal, we have this, we have nerve ring. So this is the nerve ring which is there. This is the nerve ring which is there. From the nerve ring also five radial, radial nerve rings. They come out and they penetrate the radial nerve rings. They come and they penetrate. They come and they lie below the water, radial water canal. This is the radial. We can write it as radial water canal. We can write it as radial water canal. So now this is the ring canal which is there, and this is the radial nerve which is there. This is the radial nerve which is there. So this radial nerve is there, and now this is this is about the water vascular system. So it is the water vascular system is there, and it is like that of sea stars only. And so now one major thing which is there is that on the aboral side, on the aboral side, the madreporite is there, and on the aboral side, this is the madreporite is there, and from the madreporite, this is the madreporite from the ring vessel. There, this is the madreporite which is there. From the madreporite, there arise, the stone canal which is there, and this stone canal, this is the stone canal which is there. So this madreporite is the madreporite is there on the aboral side. So this is the madreporite which is there on the aboral side, and it leads to stone canal. So this madreporite which is there. So we are doing, actually we are now we have started with the now this is the madreporite, and this is the stone canal which is there. This is the internal anatomy of sea urchin. So now this madreporite is there, and from the madreporite this stone canal is there. So now in the water vascular system, this is one of this genital plates around the periprop, that means around the anus. So anus is also there. So you can see the anus is present here. So one of the genital plates around the periprop, which is the anus, becomes modified as madreporite. A cylinder stone canal. So this is the stone canal. It typically less calcified than that of asteroids, and descends orally. Now it descends orally to join the ring water canal, as we have made here in green. So in the ring canal encircles the esophagus, as I have shown here, and there are so now there are these Polian vesicles which are attached to it, and then there are 5 radial canals extend from the ring canal and run along with the inside the ambulacral areas of the test, and it terminates into the terminal tentacle. So now this radial canal, it terminates in the terminal tentacle. Is it okay? So now it terminates into terminal tentacle, and one of the so now this is right. So what else we have to draw here is that then we have this this So now these tube feet. So one of the important features of the so now we have this tube feet are present here. So now here also the tube feet are there, the lateral canal is there, the tube feet is there, and you know, so now these are the tube feet which are there. So now here also we can draw, these are the ampulla, these are the ampulla, and then the tube feet are there. The tube feet, you know, these are the tube feet, right? So now this is the ampulla, and then there is, these are the tube feet, these are the tube feet, and so these are the tube feet which are there. So these are the tube feet. Sorry, this is the ampulla. This is the ampulla. And these are the tube feet which are there. Alright. So now so if we, alright, so then, so here you know what we have is, these are the gonads which are there. So these are the, so gonads are there which open to the outside by, these are the gonads which open to the outside by, these are the gonads which open to the outside, and which open to the outside by genital pore. So this is the genital pore which is there. Alright, so gonads we have to draw slightly properly, and these are the gonads which are there, right? So they open to the outside by genital pore, and then we have these we have aboral hemal ring which is present here. So this is the aboral, this is the aboral hemal ring which is there. This is the aboral hemal ring which is there, and then you know if we this, it has a spacious cavity which is known as coelom. It has a spacious cavity which is known as coelom. So now one thing more, since we have taken up the ambulacral system, so the madreporite is there through which the seawater it enters, because you know this ambulacral systems, it works by hydraulic pressure. So you know as per the requirement of the animal, since some water is lost through the tube feed, so the water keeps entering into the madreporite to provide the this it works by hydraulic pressure, and the animal is able to move with the help of tube feet and with the help of these spines, movable spines. So in this case the tube feet are long, and you know one thing more which is there, and so the water enters through the madreporite, comes into the stone canal. From the stone canal, it comes into these ring water canal, Polian, these Polian vesicles. They help in building the pressure, and along with that, the tideman's bodies, they are, as I told you earlier in the case of sea star, so they are they have sort of lymphoid organs. Any foreign matter, bacteria, etc., they are taken by the amoebocytes which are present here. So then along with that, before starting these the ring canal, as it starts for the radial canal. So there are some sort of these buccal podia also which are present. So buccal podia are also present. And what is there is that these tube feet I was talking of. So now these tube feet, they are tube feet, they have a bidirectional flow of what is there in the tube feet. So in this case the tube feet is something like this. So this is the ampulla, and from the ampulla there are two ampullar channels are formed. From the ampulla, the tube feet is quite long. This is the ampulla. From the ampulla, two channels are formed, and this is the buccal podia, which this is the the ossicle is present here. Ossicle is present here, and this is the sucker is there. Sucker is there, and the ossicle is there, and along attached to it is the radial canal which is there. So this is the radial canal which is attached to it. So now this is the radial canal, and radial canal, lateral canal is here. So this ampulla is there. From the ampulla, as the water enters from here, it is going here, and so then there is a there is a septum here. There is a septum here in the tube feet. There is a septum in the tube feet, and a bidirectional flow of blood. No, sorry, this fluid is maintained here, and the ossicle present here doesn't allow it to collapse, to buck under pressure. And this is the tube feet. So this is the tube feet, which is different from other we have done earlier. So now this thing is important here. This is the tube feet, and this is the septum present here, maintains the bidirectional flow of, and the podia are long. So now there are two pore pairs which are there, which comes out through the ambulacral ossicle, and there are two pores which are there, through which this ampullar canal here, this is the ampullar canal here. So this ampullar canal, it comes out through two pores here. So now this is important here. The ampullar canal are also double here. So there is a double ampullar canal, and from each ampulla two canals pass through a pore pair, and there is a pore pair piercing the ambulacral plate to join the tube feet. So sea urchins have long tube, as I have told you earlier, and they move slowly by means of podia, and by the water vascular system mainly serves for locomotion by hydrostatic pressure. So by hydrostatic pressure. So this is about the water vascular system of the animal. So next, this is what I have made in green. So next we come down to the echinoid, perihemal system and the hemal system. So in the hemal and perihemal system, what is there is in the so it has got a large coelom, as you can see here. It has got a large coelom, and this intestine is attached, it is hung by mesentery. So you can write here as mesentery. So this has got a large coelom, and what else is there? That now if we come down to the occupying up to the, now this coelom, perivisceral coelom, it has a space 75% of the body volume. So now if we come down to the perihemal system in the case of these sea urchins, so perihemal system is greatly reduced here in a way that the oral ring sinus is not there. The oral ring sinus, this perihemal ring sinus, the perihemal ring sinus is not there. So the radial radial perihemal sinuses which are there in the ambulacral spaces, so they are present, and they are present between the radial nerve and the water vascular canal, between the radial nerve and the radial water canal. So this perihemal radial radial perihemal sinus is present. And uh, it there are five perihemal radial vessels. So there are, as I will write it here. So now what I can do is I can rub this tube feet because we have done it. And you know what is there is that in the case of perihemal, there are five perihemal. There are five perihemal. There are five perihemal radial vessels which are there. So there are five perihemal radial vessels which are there, and they terminate in the tentacle. And there is axial there are, so now around then there is a axial sinus also. So this axial sinus, so let me make it in red. So this there is a axial organ here around the madreporoid. So this is the axial organ which is there. So this is the axial organ, and the axial organ is present. Axial organ is present inside the we call it as axial axial organ or axial gland. So this is axial gland. So this axial gland is here. So this axial gland is present here, which is part of the hemal system. So now it is surrounded by, so it is enclosed in the it is enclosed in the axial sinus. So it is enclosed in the axial sinus. So it is enclosed in the axial sinus. And it ends blindly at the oral side. Axial sinus ends blindly on the oral side, and on the aboral side, on the aboral side, it is connected with the, it opens into the aboral side opens into the madreporic canal and not connected with the aboral. So it is connected with the madreporic canal on the aboral side. So now there are two things which are there. Perihemal radial vessels or sinuses are there. Axial sinus is there, which forms a part of perihemal system. So now we come down to the hemal system of the animal, of this sea urchin. So when we take up the hemal system, so in the hemal system, what is there is that we have circumoral hemal ring is there. So now we have circumoral hemal ring. Oral hemal ring is there. So since it is a ring which is there, it is present around this water vascular canal. So encircling the, so circumoral hemal ring encircles the esophagus and lying below the this ring water canal. So it lies below the, so now this circumoral hemal ring, it lies below the ring water canal, right? So it gives off five radial hemal sinuses. So these radial hemal sinuses are there, and right. So now radial hemal sinuses are there. So now we can write here as radial hemal sinuses, which there are five radial hemal sinuses which are there, and they run for most part between the radial nerve and the radial water canal. Is it okay? And ending blindly aborally, right? So now in the, so axial organ is present, and aboral ring with strands passes into the gonads. So there is a aboral ring which is there. This is aboral hemal ring as we have made here. So these aboral hemal ring is there, which goes to the gonads, which goes to the gonads, and your this axial gland is present, and aboral passes into the gonads. So now in the gastrointestinal system, in the gastrointestinal system, there run two marginal channels. One is the ventral channel. There are now, these are also the hemal channels which are there in a way. So there are ventral vessel which is there, and there is a dorsal vessel which is there. So this surrounds the gastrointestinal system. This surrounds the gastrointestinal system. This surrounds the gastrointestinal system. So this is about echinus, the water vascular system, and which I have tried to make with green, except the gonads which I have drawn here, and then something about the hemal system, about the coelom which is spacious, perihemal system which is reduced, hemal system which we have discussed here. Thank you.